Hi, this is Miranda from My Scrappy Life and welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a process video for Get It Into Shape where we use a different shape each month to do. We used to do this last year at this time. It used to be a weekly thing that we used to do in January and February and kind of fell off in March. So we're bringing it back, but instead of doing it weekly, we're doing it monthly. Now I am also following the Paper Issues 31 days of sketches, and that was their sketch. I do put it up there in the corner here in just a little bit. So I slowed this down just a little bit so that I can show you kind of like what I am doing here. Now I'm taking 3 different colors from Distress Oxide, the Spritz. The blue that you see or that you're looking at right here, the bluish, grayish, greenish, I don't know, whatever color you want to call it, is weathered wood. And I'm just braying it on. Now, in the sketch that you can tell in the upper right-hand corner, there are mixed media in the background with some spritz and some gold or like some splatters. The only thing I don't do is the lines. I don't like the lines. I just didn't like that part of it. So that's kind of what I left off of it. And then, but other than that, I follow pretty much what the sketch looks like. Oh, and I flip it. You'll see it this way. It's going horizontal, and then I'm flipping it to being vertical. So now this orange color this olive color that you're looking at is going to be called crushed olive. And I've done this before where I take mixed media paper. I do put gesso down. It's white gesso, just so that you know. It makes it easier to do things like what I'm doing here. Spray it, move it around, do what I need to do with it. And I wanted to make 2 different colors on this just because I like the color tones of the collection that I'm using. And the collection that I'm going to be using this time around is from Mercy Terra Kits, January of 2024. Now, I did add some items to that just because it was 2 collections from Simple Stories to make it easier on myself. Now, our theme for this month for Get It Into Shape is circles. So I went into my stash of stamps and I found 2 stamps from Close to My Heart. One of them is D170, which is embroidered circles. And then the other one is D2123, which is background elements. The circles obviously is from one, and then the splatter... like the splatter looking ones to make it look like I got a bunch of little circles everywhere. That's that one. And then lastly, because I forgot to turn my camera on, when I was doing the splatters for the Distress Spritz to make my background, I have antique linen on there. That's what you see, all those little circles that are splatters that are not the olive or the weathered wood. So I'm just kind of going here. Now, this looks a little crazy going in, but you'll see that once you get done doing a background like something like this, by the time that you put it onto the paper or like onto your background paper, if you do like what I do here, and then doing all of the other things, your background actually turns into a gorgeous piece. Now, here's the deal. This photo is the very last photo that I have. I know that I've got some photos going up. This is the last one I did in the order while I was at home for Christmas on our holiday break. The photos, this is the last 2 photos that I have of the time that we went to the craft beer fest, and we ordered pretzels. Now, this one pretzel got Josh and I just laughing, and it's a big pun. It went on social media, all of that. You know what it is. You can see what it looks like. And it made our day. We laughed so hard. It was probably due to the fact that we were drinking a ton of craft beer, and then just everything added into it. It was a good laugh. So, of course, I had to add it on there. And the bottom one is us with the baseball. I got a baseball that's squishy because where they house the North Augusta Beer or Craft Beer Festival is actually at the Green Jackets Stadium. We are not in the field, but they have it up on top where everybody walks around and they have food and all of this fun stuff. We typically get the VIP, so we get in like a half hour early just so that we can leave before it gets really too crazy around there. and whatnot. So here I am. I'm just taking the Simple Stories collection that came in part of that Mercy Tiaras kit. And I'm just kind of placing things where I want it to, and where I'm looking at it and what I want it to do, and, all of that good stuff. Now, I did have where I was going to take a photo, but then you'll see what I do. I take it off because I feel like it's too much. I do put love this in that one, a big pun. And then the bottom part is favorites. As you can tell, that this one is going up after my Monday layout, which was talking about 52 favorites of our 52 weeks of 52 favorite photos of my everyday life. Now, obviously, do we go to beer festivals on a daily basis? No. Do we go to them on a yearly basis? Yeah, Josh and I do go now that Josh is retired and we don't have to really worry about all the issues with that. Yes, we do tend to do things like this. We'll go to breweries, just try them out, socially, just handle that business, right? So, but the thing is that these are things that typically you'll take photos for, and then do you actually really scrapbook? If you are one of them that have been following me for a while, you guys know that I do a ton of everyday life photos versus just having like the big event, like the events of whatever that is. And I do everyday photo life. I do things that mean a lot to me and a lot to my scrapbooking, so that if and when my family wants to look at the albums, they know that their everyday life and events are mixed in between. So as you can tell, I'm starting to look like this background is looking pretty much like it is on that sketch. I do have my two photos. I did flip it, as you can tell there. I flipped it so that it's like right. And I'm just kind of playing around with things that I want to add. And then I do find some different little bits and bobs at this point. And then I will find there's enamel dots, which is more circles, that I'm adding to get into shape YouTube hop. So we turn this into a playlist. Now, get into the shape YouTube hop. It's not necessarily a hop. It's going to have a playlist. And the playlist is linked down below with the description. Each month is going to be a different theme, and it will always be the second Tuesday of every month. And whoever is going to play along with that particular month, their videos will be the first set, because I have it set up to where it's the newest to oldest. So that you always, anytime that you go back and you click on one of us that has the playlist in there, that it's set up and ready to go for you. I have turned a lot of my YouTube hops into playlists so that it makes it easier for me and everybody else, that if you're adding, that's what it is. I know that we've got one coming up that's Paw Your Way Into Your Hearts that I've also done. I'm going to turn that into a playlist as well. I did do some journaling for the first time in a long time. Make sure that you like and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you. I do upload between 2 to 3 times a week. All of the fun stuff. Please hit that like and subscribe button. I hope that you guys are all staying safe. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.